Former Detroit Lions superstar Calvin Johnson was the most dominant wide receiver of his era, but he joined fellow Lions legend Barry Sanders when he retired too early despite having so much gas left in the tank. Johnson's retirement wasn't celebrated the way Peyton Manning's was. Nobody expected Megatron to retire until he announced he was planning to in the offseason. Since when does a 30-year-old wide receiver call it quits in their prime? So here we are wondering what could have been. Calvin Johnson is retired, and there's more questions than answers. I'm Andy Ruther, and here are 8 reasons why Megatron shouldn't have retired. And thanks to many of you for suggesting video topics in the comment section below, and a big shout out to Nicholas Paz and Carlos De Leon for sending along this idea. At number 8, he owes it to us. Us sports fans can undoubtedly be a selfish bunch, but we're a sports channel. We have the sports bias. Megatron dominated the NFL from 2007 to 2015, and no doubt it was such a joy watching somebody take over games despite facing double and triple coverage so frequently. But Megatron really didn't have much of a reason to retire. Everyone loved him. He avoided controversy. He still had it, and he didn't have another suitable career lined up for him. Can he please come back one more time for us fans? At number 7, show me the money. Let's not deny this. Money talks in the NFL. If it didn't, stars wouldn't be signing extensions worth $100 million plus. They would take a huge pay cut to help the team. Don't worry, guys. We too would take the $100 million anytime anyone offered it to us. But here's the deal with Megatron. He signed a 7-year contract that totaled $113.45 million. According to Tim Twentyman, really? That's this guy's name? Tim Twentyman? From the Lions website, Megatron walked away from $67.7 million over the final 5 years of his contract. Most of us dream of winning $1 million in our lifetimes. We can't imagine how anyone would be so willing to leave over $67 million on the table. Wow, that shows how bad the Lions are to play for. At number 6, losing a legend. The NFL hasn't felt the same for many of us since Peyton Manning retired. For the fans of Detroit, how can the NFL feel the same with Megatron gone? We grow up watching and idolizing these stars and seem to think they'll play forever. When the day comes that they finally hang it up, it's devastating for us. No receiver took over games during the era the way Megatron did. There's only one Jerry Rice, one Randy Moss, and one Calvin Johnson. At number 5, climbing the ladder. Megatron is 28th all-time in receiving yards with 11,619. He played 9 seasons in the NFL, and that's not very much considering Jerry Rice played 20 years while Terrell Owens played 15. Everyone ahead of Megatron on the all-time receiving list played at least a decade of pro football. Given how a healthy Johnson could easily put up at least 1,000 yards every year, one can assume he'd finish with around 15,000, maybe more. Even if he hit 15,000 on the dot and retired, he'd be 6th all-time. At number 4, irreplaceable. There's just no one who had the complete package like Megatron. Size, 6'5", speed, ridiculous hands, and the ability to beat double or triple coverage. Johnson was getting it done with Matthew Stafford as his best quarterback. Matthew Stafford! And Stafford's not even a top 10 quarterback. Jerry Rice had Joe Montana. Terrell Owens had Steve Young, Donovan McNabb, and Tony Romo. Randy Moss had Randall Cunningham and Tom Brady. Marvin Harrison and Reggie Wayne had Peyton Manning. Let us know if you've ever found a receiver who does it all like Calvin Johnson without an elite quarterback. At number 3, Detroit's been through this. In case you were born after 1998, Barry Sanders was the greatest player in Lions history by far. He racked up 15,269 yards and 99 career touchdowns. However, he retired at just age 30 in 1998, despite posting 1,491 yards during his final NFL season. The Lions never recuperated after losing him and have been one of the NFL's worst teams ever since. As for Johnson, this is the last thing the fans of Detroit deserve. Perhaps their 2 best players ever calling it quits at the age of 30 with so much left. Hey Detroit, maybe there's a problem with your city. At number 2, full tank. Johnson missed 2 games in 2013. He still put up 84 catches for 1,492 yards and 12 touchdowns. He missed 3 games in 2014 but managed 71 catches for 1,077 yards and 8 touchdowns. And in 2015, Johnson's last year, he had 88 catches for 1,214 yards and 9 touchdowns. Something tells us for some reason he was far from finished. There was no reason to believe he couldn't produce at a high level for at least another 3 seasons. But again, we sit here wondering what could have been. At number 1, championship lacking. We can always understand an elite athlete wanting to retire after a championship. Peyton Manning, Ray Lewis, and Michael Strahan did it. But Megatron's Lions didn't win one freaking playoff game under his belt, and they reached the playoffs just twice with this guy. If anything, Megatron should have sought out a trade to a real contender to add a Super Bowl to his legacy. That's the main reason we can't believe he walked away so early. His career had everything except a ring on his finger. Do you think Calvin Johnson made the right call? Join us in the comments below, and if you liked this video and learned a thing or two, clicking the like button helps us out a ton and we appreciate it. If this is your first time coming around to Total Pro Sports, subscribing is a great idea because we put out videos like this every single day. But as always, thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys next time.